In this video, I'll share with you a charting tool that I think any new trader, even advanced traders, should really dive into and start staring at. And I mean that because I'm always looking for tools that can help advance people in the quickest way possible. In my training and what I do here on YouTube, I focus on how do I get people to the next level so that they can pull capital from the market in the quickest way possible. So I'm always looking for tools or looking for concepts or ways to explain that. And this charting tool, and you'll see it linked down below, it's actually tensorcharts.com. I don't remember when I first discovered this, or it's been a while, so I don't know how long it's been around. But and I'll go into a high level why I think this is very powerful and why it's something you should really look at and dive in and not necessarily use in your everyday trading, but I think you will want to once you understand the power of what you see here. But why it helps you understand the greed and fear of the market, okay, and what's happening. So the first thing I'll cover is you'll find the link down below, and we're looking at BTC USD on Binance, okay? And I'm not going to go through how to use everything in here and every little piece here. I'm just going to give you a high-level overview. But one thing is that if you click on the Learn Basics up here at the top right, they actually have a series of videos that do a pretty good job of going through and talking about what these various things are and how to actually edit them. They also have a scripting language here that you can actually use to do scripting things. So it's a pretty powerful tool. It's come a lot. So I'm excited to see how it develops, all right? Now, let me dive into the chart here. We're looking at BTC USDT on 4 hours. And I know this looks, if you're new, this might look a little confusing, but why this is so powerful and why I wish a lot of charts would get to this level is because it gives you a lot more information about what's actually happening and has happened in the market. And it will give you an insight into not just what's happening in BTC USDT, but if you can look at a chart in the way that it's displaying this information here, you're going to be light years of other traders in this market, okay? Because let's first cover the first thing that we can see in this chart, all right? I'm just going to dive in here. These blue lines here that you see here, and I can change the actual minimum volume, so I can make it smaller, or I could say I only want to see the big blue lines. These are historical walls that have been on the books, and then when they've been removed, all right? So I can actually see where's the series of, you could say, support and resistance. Walls play such a big role in crypto right now. I say big. They play a role in price movement. They do play a role in perception of where things have support and resistance, okay? And some of them are real. Most of them, my belief has always been that most of them are not really real. So, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they stay in place and they actually, the capital does go through them. But very seldom I see, or very often I see walls that, and I'm sure you've experienced this as well, they just go away. As price approaches that, they get reduced down by 0.25%, 0.25%, 0.25%, right? So this is good though, because it shows you at least some kind of historical reference point on where these walls are moving and where they've been, right? And I mean, it works on the 5-minute time frame as well. So as we scroll in here, right, you can kind of see the walls. You can see where they're lining up, where they're removing. And if you really want to see all of them, you can kind of see the levels of, and it's not just walls, it's more the level of the order book and how it's actually moving, okay? So that's one powerful thing about this, right? The other powerful thing about this chart is that you can see where the actual capital has lined up on both the sell and buy side within the candle itself, okay? And this is an advanced topic. I probably could go on for about an hour here about this, okay, and why this matters. But this here, these individual boxes of red and green and the highlighting of them based on velocity of capital is such a big aspect to understanding how price moves, okay? Price, what you see in the chart is the last thing to move. And this is going to be an advanced concept, but it's the last thing to move. But it actually forms the way to look at some of this is that it actually forms a foundation of a trend or of motion, depending on how capital is lining up and how capital is exchanging hands in the market. Okay. And I hesitated doing this video for a while just because a lot of the things I'm going to get in here without full context are going to be hard for me to just throw out there and just say, hey, this is why, this is why. But I still think there's a big benefit to any level of trader looking at these charts and digesting what this information is telling you and how it represents price action in any asset. Okay. The other thing that you can do here is that you get an actual you get a counter ratio down here of the actual capital flow here, right? You can see the breakup of the buy and sells on the volume right down here. The other thing that you can choose a row level here, and this is powerful. So I can say for 10 rows, I want to see the balance of capital. Now, these might not be the terms that they use. This is the terms that I use in order to look at how these things align, right? So I can have that running and I can see the balance of capital on the order book based on how it's filtered, right? The other thing that I can do is I can add this to the chart here. Let's put this at, let's say 15. And now I'm filtering at a lower level, but then I can also chart that actual order book volume on the actual chart. Once again, I'm trying to make this video very short, so because I can go on 17 different tangents here. But in my training, I'm going to cover actually this here because I think the videos that they have here in the Learn Basics is good. But I think there's you can go even further really understanding the value of this. I've done very well with this, for instance, on TRX. So not every one of these has on Binance has this, but I've done very well using this and TRX, knowing when to get out of TRX, knowing when to scalp TRX, knowing when TRX has strength. So I've used this almost exclusively on the 5 or 15 minutes to do scalping on TRX. All right. And I think this tool is more designed for scalping as well, or for quick trades, but I think it goes well beyond that, right? Because it's showing you true capital flow of the market. It's showing you true support. It's showing you, and I got what's the nice way to say this? I had a minor disagreement with someone that has a tool, and I basically said that the depth chart is meaningless, right? The depth chart is not real. The order book is not real. Anything on the order book here is really not real, okay? And I know that the closer it gets to reality, the realer it is, okay? But it's not real. You know what is real? What's real is this. These actual capital flows of buys and sells, capital exchanging hands is real. I should say with the market maker in the middle, right? Obviously. So you got the market maker, and then you've got the buyers and sellers, right? So that actual flow of capital is real. All right. So anything that you can actually, when you're looking at indicators, all of them are trailing. Price is actually trailing as well. And I know that's an advanced concept, but price is actually trailing. Okay. Volume is the one thing that doesn't lie on a chart. I've said that time and time again. So, but when you can actually look and see volume, and then you can see the range of where volume has been placed or where capital has been placed, right? And the trend of what's happening in that capital and the velocity of that capital. So, I know I'm like including, hopefully I'm not confusing people. Okay. Here's the bottom line. And I'll probably have to do a couple more videos on this, just to maybe just core concepts of like, hey, here's how to look at this, right? Here's how to look at what this means, right? In conjunction with what it means in the actual candle, right? But here's the bottom line. Check out this tool, go through the tutorial videos, and start looking at these charts. okay? Because they're going to teach you at a core level, at a deeper level, at a level that I'm telling you right now, at a level that if you understand and you digest this information and what's happening in these charts, and not these charts, it's what's happening in the market, and you understand the information that's being conveyed here and what you can filter here, you'll start becoming a much more advanced trader no matter what level you are. So I can't stress that enough. And I'm going to have to do a couple follow-up videos here, but that's the key. That's why I wanted to share this tool. So definitely check it out. The link for it is down below. If you have any questions, you can also join Discord and ask questions there as well. But I look forward to seeing you in the next video.